First of 4 championship games here today at Fox City Stadium. Looking at the Solon Springs Northwood starting lineup. Starting lineups brought to you by Rural Mutual Insurance Company. Premiums paid here, stay here to keep Wisconsin strong. And Bill, you look at that top third, Alberg, and Schultz in that semifinal victory. They combined to go 6 for 11 with a walk. They accounted for all 7 runs in that win against Johnson Creek.
Well, they make the offense go, no question about it. As a team, clubs can swing it a little bit. Well, the Alberg brothers, the best players at the top of the lineup, and Abraham's going to play in college next year. But they go against a pretty good pitcher today, in Jared Schiller and Tyler Webb. He got the start in the semifinals as well, and in that game he threw 46 pitches in 3 innings of work, allowed 4 hits, pair of runs. He can throw 54 today under the pitch limit that both the National High School Federation and the WIAA has for high school pitchers. Carter Gunderson finished up that game and picked up the win. He can throw 45 pitches today. You would think those two will try to get the Eleva Strum Cardinals a championship.
Tyler Webb completing his warm-up tosses. The senior stands 5'11". Right-hander weighs 175 pounds. As Bill mentioned, he pitched in that semifinal win against Stevens Point Pacelli. Eleva Strum scoring 2 in the 6th to knock off Pacelli 3-2.
On the year, Webb 4-0 with a 1.18 ERA. This is his 10th game, his 8th start. He's thrown 2 complete games and a shutout. Coming into the tournament, he threw 35 and 2/3 innings, allowed 22 hits, 6 earned runs. He's walked 9 and struck out 60.
The keys to the game are brought to you by Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. Bill, what are your keys?
Well, I'm sure these teams are nervous. They're playing for a championship for the first time, and we can say it all day. The second-line pitchers are going to be the key to who wins the championships. Again, we've seen Webb, we've seen Gunderson, we've seen the top 2 pitchers for Eleva Strum. Schultz only got 1 out the other day, but he's got sparkling numbers on the hill, and this should be quite a matchup between 2 guys, or 2 teams that are very excited to be here.
Isaiah Alberg, the sophomore catcher, to lead things off here for the Green Eagles. And the first pitch is tipped into the glove of the catcher, Jake Bierke, for strike 1.
It is a beautiful morning. Muggy, temperature in the low 70s, and the wind is howling out to right field. It will be a factor all day today.
Wind blowing out to right center, about 12 to 15 miles per hour. No balls and 2 strikes on Isaiah Alberg, who was 1 for 3 in that win against Johnson Creek. Takes that one above the letters for ball 1.
Isaiah Alberg, just a sophomore.
Webb kicks and fires off speed pitch, swing and a miss. Good start for Webb and the Cardinals. As Alberg is retired, the defense behind Webb, left to right, Felstead, Anderson, and Nichols. Noah Martinson at the hot corner, Gunderson and Becker up the middle, Calvin Barneson at first base, Jake Bierke behind the dish catching Tyler Webb. Here is Abe Alberg, and he was in the middle of everything in that 7-0 win against Johnson Creek. Webb starts him off speed for ball 1.
He threw 6 2/3 innings of shutout ball, and again was the hitting hero as well, with 3 hits, 3 runs scored, and RBI.
1-1, swing and a miss to Alberg. Webb deals the 1-1 pitch. That one misses for ball 2. Louis Eisenman from Schofield working the plate this afternoon. Chuck Runge at first base. Another swing and a miss. Jim Bilo from Wapaka out at second base, and Mike Kieser in the blue at third base from West Bend. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Webb working quickly. Another off-speed pitch, that one into the glove of Bierke as the Cardinals go around the horn. 2 up and 2 down. A pair of strikeouts here for Webb.
Well, Webb challenged Alberg with a 2-strike pitch and then goes off speed and has them all tied up. Webb throwing the ball a lot better today than he did on Tuesday.
So base is empty, 2 down for the pitcher, Jared Schultz. Puts a bunt down. Going to be fielded by Bierke. The throw down to first base is going to be late to Barnson, so that's going to be, I believe, a single, Bill.
I would think. Schultz continues his hot hitting. He came into the tournament with a .580 average, leading the team in home runs with a pair and RBIs with 31. He's the first base runner this afternoon.
Yeah, he beats the throw. Good hustle, perfectly executed bunts by the number 3 hitter, Jared Schultz. It's our ball game's first base runner. And that brings up cleanup hitter Alex Levinsky, the first baseman. He was 0 for 2 in that semifinal victory. So now Webb, for the first time today, working from the stretch. He will toss back over, keeping a close eye on Schultz. Schultz, a stolen base in the state semifinal.
He hasn't been caught all year in 23 attempts.
See how aggressive the Green Eagles gets here in this first inning. He is on the move. And no throw from Bierke. It's another stolen base for Schultz. And he is in a scoring position for the Green Eagles.
The catcher had a tough time getting the ball out of his glove, and then he realized he had no chance to gun down Schultz, who's in the scoring position with 2 outs for Slavinsky, who's second on the club with 23 RBIs.
Off-speed pitch and a dandy. 1-1. Webb has had good command here in this first inning. Looking to work out of a little bit of trouble with Schultz out at second base. To the plate with the 1-1 pitch. Shot to the second baseman, Becker. He fields and over to first base, and that ends the inning. No runs for the Green Eagles. Now a message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station. Eleva Strum batting for the first time today. The Cardinals 22-8 this season. Starting lineups brought to you by Rural Mutual Insurance Company. Premiums paid here, stay here. Tecumseh, Wisconsin strong. And there is a look at the Cardinals.
Collectively as a team, they hit 279. They've hit a couple of home runs, one each by Bierke and Webb. They also steal out of bases, 104. So they're aggressive on the bases once they get there. And this guy, Jared Schultz, will try to keep him off the bases. He told you what he does with the stick. He's their leading hitter. He's also their leading pitcher with an unbeaten record and a .39 ERA. He got the last out in the semifinal game. You can see what he's done. His walk to strikeout ratio is excellent.
6 feet, 170-pound junior right-hander. Starts out Brady Nichols with ball 1. Nichols, senior right fielder, was 0 for 2 in that win against Pacelli. He did walk and stole a base, and the count is even 1-1. That one misses for ball 2. Nichols, Becker, and Webb here for the Cardinals in the home half of the first. The 2-1 pitch. Just off the outside corner. And Schultz behind 3-1 on the Cardinal leadoff man, Brady Nichols.
Schultz was part of a combined no-hitter in the sectional semifinals against Washburn. Struck out 11 that day. Then Solon Springs earned their first trip to state by beating Rib Lake 10-2 in the sectional final.
Ball 4, leadoff walk for Brady Nichols. The defense behind Schultz in the outfield. Jackson Link, Dylan Taggart, and Brant Larson. Blaze Kidder at third. Abe Alberg and Tarver Selwood up the middle. Alex Levinsky at first. And Isaiah Alberg behind the plates to catch Schultz. So here is Justin Becker, the second baseman. He takes a fastball and sends one into center field. Dylan Taggart going back and makes the catch as he tracks that one down in right center. That ball had some carry. We talked about it before, Bill. Pretty good wind out to right center. Taggart does a nice job.
We'll talk about how big this minor league ballpark is. And center fielder's asked to cover a lot of ground. Taggart does. It makes a very nice play against the second hitter of the game. But this is a lot bigger ballpark than these clubs have ever played in. 325 down each line. 405 where the flagpole, which shows how the wind is whipping. But there's a lot of green out there, and Taggart covered it well to make a big first out of the game for his pitcher, Schultz.
400 to straightaway center. Here is Tyler Webb. 1 out and 1 on. A little bit high, ball one.
There's just a lot of room in the gaps that these kids are not used to.
Fastball straight back to the net. 1-1. Webb hit in 3 trips in that 3-2 win over Pacelli.
Webb will play in Wisconsin-Eau Claire next year.
Isaiah Alberg out to have a quick word with Jared Schultz. Believe a balk was called.
It definitely was.
So Nichols down 90 feet to second base.
Isaiah Alberg going out to settle Schultz down after the balk call.
The 1-0 pitch. High fly ball. Shallow right field coming in, and Brant Larson unable to make the catch. And it's runners on the corners.
And Schultz came a long way. Got to the ball, seemed to have a beat on it, and then dropped it. You can see he calls off the second baseman, and rightly so. All set to make the catch, and he doesn't squeeze the glove, and there's runners on the corners with 1 out after the error on the right fielder.
So it's an error on Brant Larson. First error of the game. And the Cardinals, the #1 seed here in Division 4, in business. Traffic on the base paths, runners on the corners for the cleanup hitter, Jake Bierke. Bierke, good plate discipline. Drew a pair of walks in the win against Pacelli. Runner goes, throw to second base. The throw is going to be little offline, and sliding in safely with the stolen base is Tyler Webb. And another runner in scoring position.
Yeah, we told you, even Strum likes to run. They showed it there in the first pitch. Alberg says, I'll show you. I'm going to test your arm. He throws through. The throw is high. Nichols remains at third. Infield now comes in the corners, halfway up the middle.
A ball and no strikes on the Cardinal catcher. Good pitch. Curveball. In the zone.
Off speed at that. And Bierke wasn't looking for the off-speed delivery.
Check swing, he went around. And now it's a ball and 2 strikes. Schultz could use a strikeout here. 1 out, another look. Went around, couldn't hold up.
Nice play by Alberg to keep the ball in front of him and save a run as well. Good look at Bierke, who will attend Winona State next year in Minnesota.
This one is popped to deep center field. That one's going to get down. A couple of runs are going to come in to score. One run will score, and the Cardinals lead it.
But Taggart again covered a lot of ground. I think he was about ready to make a Willie Mays type catch there, but he couldn't quite get to the ball. Both base runners were uncertain whether Taggart was going to get there, and he comes up a little short. But Webb didn't get a good read on the ball at second base, so he only advances to third. Bierke ends up with a run-scoring double. And Coach Alberg going to go to the mound and try to settle the troops down after his ace Schultz has been hit around pretty good here in the early going.
Nichols drew the walk, and then Becker flew to right center. Webb reached on the air, and Bierke puts a charge into that one into deep center field. And the Cardinals lead this one 1-0.
Bierke was now 16 RBIs. That's second on the team. It was his 6th double of the year. And again, the message has been delivered. I don't think that was too much talk about the pitcher's mechanics. And so Nate Alberg, the head coach, goes back to the dugout. Nate is the father of the shortstop and the catcher.
Carter Gunderson, he was 3 for 3. And that one hits him. And the bases are loaded with Cardinals.
Gunderson's been on base every plate appearance in this tournament. Does it the hard way here. One barely gets him, but he gets his base. And the big inning for Eleva Strum continues.
Calvin Barnes, the first baseman. Inside corner to strike. Bases loaded. The Cardinals looking for a big inning. They lead it 1-0. Just one out. And this one off the glove of Schultz. Station to station. It's a 2-0 ball game.
Well, Schultz is a shortstop, but he's not on the mound. He almost made a real nice reaction play, but the ball caromed off his glove out the short, and that'll score a run. Again, this is going to be like a goaltender there. He got his glove on it, but all he did is slow the ball down. So it's a run-scoring infield hit for Barneson, and the base is still loaded with 2 in.
Alex Anderson, the senior center fielder, steps in. Nice stop there from Alberg behind the plate. Ball 1. Bjerke at third, Gunderson at second, Spartason at first.
On time, let's go.
Outside, ball 2.
Infield in on the corners. They'd love a double play ball up the middle.
Schultz's 2-0 pitch. There's a fastball for strike 1. Alex Anderson, one of 6 seniors in the starting 10 for the Cardinals. In a big spot here, squares the bunt, pulls it back. And it's another ball to make it 3-1.
Anderson with 22 RBIs. Among the leaders on this team, a 278 hitter.
Hey, on time. Heater coming.
Anderson in the driver's seat. This one going to be a fair ball. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. And the big inning continues for Eleva Strum. The Cardinals now with 4 on the board here in the first.
Anderson pads his team-leading RBI total to 24. To the infield in, he rips a double down the left field line. And in that position, the third baseman Kidder is not going to be able to knock the ball down. And the merry-go-round, the bases continue for the Cardinals.
Infield remains in. That one up and in to the DH Brady Zimpel. 4 runs on 3 hits, still just a 1 out.
8th batter to hit here against Schultz.
That one pops the glove of Alberg for a strike. Count even. Schultz can ill afford to give up any more here in the first. Good off-speed pitch gets the zone.
Schultz has given up as many runs in this half inning as he's given up all season.
This one in the left field ought to be deep enough to score another run. And that one will make its way to the warning track. 2 more runs coming to score. Racing for third. It's a 2-run triple for Brady Zimpel. And the Cardinals lead it 6-0.
No, Link doesn't judge this properly. Again, there's an awful lot of room and he's out, and they're just not used to it. They're playing too shallow as this ball just carries and carries. Zimpel gives it a good ride, but you can tell Link doesn't have it measured, and it's going to go all the way to the track and bring the 2 base runners in. Zimpel with a triple, and Eleva Strum with a big inning.
Here comes Noah Martinson, the third baseman, the number 9 hitter. The sophomore was 0 for 2. He'll ground to short. They'll come home. The throw's going to be late. It's another run for Eleva Strum. The Cardinals with a 7th spot here in the first.
Well, the ball was hit hard to Alberg, and he spikes the throw to his brother. Isaiah couldn't handle it. I assume this will be an error on the shortstop. He doesn't hesitate. The throw short hops the catcher. He never does get a handle on it. And the sliding Zimpel, after his first triple of the year, goes the final 90 feet, and it's 7-zip. Still only 1 out.
Brady Nichols walked and scored earlier this inning as they will chase Martinson back to first base. Gets a bunt down. Schultz will field it. And the second out as Martinson down to second base.
For the record, they call that a fielder's choice. I think a lot of scorers would agree with that, but for the record, it's a run-scoring RBI for Martinson.
Here's Justin Becker. He flew to center field his first time up. Batting for the second time this inning. They have hit around in the first. Strike on the outside corner. 7 runs for Eleva Strum, the #1 seed here in Division 4. One and one.
Hey.
Down and away for ball 2. Both these teams at the state tournament for the first time in their school's history. The 2-0 pitch is popped up, and that one will make its way into the seats.
This has got to be one of the bigger innings of the year for Eleva Strum.
Nice stop there from Alberg.
They've only scored in double digit 5 times all season. And again, collectively hit 279. So a big inning here, aided by an error by the right fielder. So a lot of these runs are unearned, but they all count.
Schultz with a 3-2. Back to the net, we'll do it again. The Cardinals with a double this inning, a triple. Couple of well-hit balls. Again, the 3-2. Off-speed pitch, swing and a miss, and that ends the Cardinal first. But Eleva Strum puts 7 on the board. Now a message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station. The 2024 WIAA Baseball Championships are brought to you by Rural Mutual Insurance Company. Premiums paid here, stay here to keep Wisconsin strong. A proud sponsor of the WIAA Rural Mutual Sportsmanship Award for over 50 years. 7-0 Eleva Strum as the Green Eagles come to bat in the second inning. 5, 6, and 7. In the Green Eagles order to face Tyler Webb. Ball 1 to Dylan Taggart, the center fielder. Taggart 1 for 3 with an RBI in that semifinal win against Johnson Crick. They won that game 7-0. They trailed the state final 7-0. Good fastball, a strike from Webb.
Solon Springs Northwood, the champs of the East Division of the Lakeland Conference. They only lost 1 game all year. That's to Proctor, Minnesota.
This one smashed in the left field as Carter Gunderson unable to make the play at shortstop. Good attempt as he tried to dive and knock it down, but that's a leadoff single for Taggart. Second single of the ball game for the Green Eagles.
Good swing on that ball by Taggart. Taggart's one of 5 seniors in the Green Eagles roster.
Another senior second baseman, Tarver Selwood. If you are the Green Eagles, just want to chip away, down by 7. Can't get it all back with 1 swing of the bat. You need base runners. Chop at that lead. Taggart off of first base. He is off with the pitch. Throw to second base. Skips away. In a right center. Taggart will stay at second base with a stolen base.
Solon Springs Northwood stole 76 bases in 78 attempts. Even though they're down 7 runs, they're not going to change their MO. They're running there, and they steal the base. Isaiah Alberg was throwing in the bullpen during the Taggart at bat.
That one is bumped in the air, foul. Selwood was 0 for 3 in the semifinal game. In that game, the Green Eagles 7 hits. They left 3 on base, but won at 7-0. The 0-2. Ball 1.
Selwood, 186 hitter coming into the tournament. Does not have an extra base hit. He's driven in 10 runs.
In the hole here, a ball and 2 strikes. The pitch from Webb. Takes ball 2. Takes a look at head coach Nate Alberg in the third base coach's box. In on the fist and foul back. Count remains 2-2. Dylan Taggart, leadoff single here in the second inning, steals second base. He's down at seconds in scoring position. Green Eagles looking to get on the board here in the second. Webb a quick peek at seconds. Offers the 2-2. This one shot to the right side, fielded by Barneson. He'll take it himself. And down to third goes Taggart's.
Well, productive out. He hits it to the right side, allowing Taggart to advance 90 feet.
With 1 out, Gunnar Golombieski bats for the first time in this ball game. Golombieski, the DH. Just a freshman. One of 2 freshmen in the starting lineup for the Green Eagles. Good fastball to even the counts.
Golombieski 14 for 50 coming into the tournament. 1 extra base hit, a double. He's knocked in 10. Infield back. They'll concede the run to get it out.
One and 2.
Golombieski's job to put the ball in play. If they're going to concede the run, take advantage of it and make some contact here.
Webb gets the targets. His 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Golombieski chased that one, and that is the 3rd strikeout of the ball game here for Webb, and the 2nd out in this Green Eagles 2nd inning. The number 9 hitter, Blaze Kidder, bats. Third baseman was 0 for 3 in the state semi. Big curveball there from Webb.
Kidder, just a 9th grader, 6 for 45 on the year, has knocked in 6 runs.
And that one is pinged in the left field. It's an RBI single for Kidder, and the Green Eagles are on the board.
A swing by the number 8 hole hitter. And he picks up a valuable RBI. Again, only his 6th of the year. He barrels that one up, hits the hole between short and third.
Taggart comes in to score. Here's Jackson Link, the left fielder. Sophomore stands in and takes a fastball right down Broadway for strike 1. Line foul. I believe somebody made a nice catch in the Eleva Strum section. Up along first. No balls and 2 strikes. Webb looking for his second strikeout of the inning. He struck out 2 Green Eagles in the first.
Linked 4 for 41 on the year, has 5 RBIs.
One-two pitch, swing and a miss. Another strikeout on the scorecard for Tyler Webb. To the bottom of the second, 7-1 Cardinals. Now a message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station. Fans have had a lot to cheer about as their Cardinals lead it 7-1 as they come to the plate in the second inning. They batted 10 in the first.
11, actually.
11, you're correct. Here's Tyler Webb. He's 0 for 1, and he's ahead 2 balls and no strikes. Reached on an error and scored. Webb, Bierke, and Gunderson. Heart of the order for the Cardinals, and Schultz falls behind 3-0. Working from the windup to the plates. Strike 1.
Not automatic. Come on. Yeah.
Ball 4.
Second walk allowed by Schultz, who's also hit a batter. And he's in pretty good command all year. Only 14 walks coming into the tournament in 37 innings, but he has not showed good command today. Second straight inning, he's walked the leadoff man, and that's never a formula for success.
Jake Bierke smashed an RBI double his first time up. Takes that one upstairs for ball 1. Webb on first base. That one high and tight. And Schultz again pitching from behind, 2-0. Schultz, 9 of 13 first pitch balls. He'll chase Webb back to first. The Cardinal catcher awaits the 2-0 pitch. Ball 3. And Schultz struggling to find the zone here in the second. On 4 pitches, Bierke draws the walk. He's on base for the second time today. Back-to-back walks to Webb and Bierke. And the Cardinals in business once again. Brings up Carter Gunderson, who has yet to be retired in this tournament. Hit by a pitch his first time up. Following a 3-for-3 semifinal game, in which he scored a run, drove in 2, and swiped a couple of bases.
Well, the 2 RBIs in the 6th inning was the big play of the game, and a rally to leave his Strum past Pacelli 3-2.
Ball 1.
Carter Gunderson will go to North Iowa Area Community College next year.
There's a strike.
Oh, that was being kind. He is all over the map.
9 of 11 pitches this inning have been balls. Gets a call there to even things up. A ball and a strike. Pulled the bat back and takes ball 2. Slow walk back to the rubber from Jared Schultz. Alex Levinsky up on the grass at first base. As Gunderson has squared a couple of times. Again, he squares to bunts, pulls it back, and slaps it foul up along third. 2 balls and 2 strikes now on the Cardinals shortstop.
Pitching has been one of the strengths for Solon Springs Northwood this year. Alberg was impressive in the semifinal to run his record to 7-0. ERA under 1. And Schultz came in the game with an ERA of .39. He was unbeaten. And
line drive to center field. They are waving Webb around third. And he will slide in safely. 8-1. The RBI from Carter Gunderson. He remains red hot as the Cardinals add to their lead.
Gunderson takes this one up the middle, goes down and gets the breaking pitch, dumps it in front of the center fielder Taggart, whose throw is short of throwing at Webb.
Three straight have reached here in the seconds. Here's Kelvin Barnes, the first baseman, an RBI single in the first.
Hey, look. When he goes, the back knee Watch he run on
Again, looking to bunt, but pulls it back and takes it high.
And again, he's going to pitch from behind. Not typical at all of what Schultz and Alberg has done of the 1-2 pitchers on the staff. I was going to say, coming into the year, Solon Springs also thought they were going to have Caden Corlick.
The throw gets away at third. A run comes in to score. And it's runners on second and third. Now 9 runs on the board for Eleva Strum.
And
it's an error on Schultz.
That's going to be all for Alberg. I mean, you got to feel bad for that kid because his body language says it all after he throws the ball away in the sacrifice bunt. Ball goes down the line and the merry-go-round continues on the bases. Durkee scores. Gunderson ends up at third. Barneson at second following the sacrifice error 1. And again, Schultz, who's been so good all year, just implodes here and has his team down 9-1 on the scoreboard.
New pitcher here for the Eagles. We'll tell you more about it after this. New pitcher is Isaiah Alberg for the Eagles as he comes from behind the plate to the top of the rubber.
Changes positions with Jared Schultz, who's now behind the plate. On the year, Isaiah Alberg 2-1 with a .301 earned run average. This is his 9th appearance, his 7th as a reliever. He's thrown a complete game. He's also got 3 saves and 18 2/3 innings. Isaiah Alberg's allowed 13 hits, 8 earned runs. He's walked 9 and struck out 35. And there you see Schultz now behind the plate.
Here for the Cardinals in this second inning. 2 walks and an error has contributed to 2 more runs as they lead it 9-1. Alex Anderson, the center fielder, drove in 2 with the double his first time up. And he launches one to left center. And making the catch is going to be Dylan Taggart. Another run will come in to score. And double digits. 10 runs here for the Cardinals.
Nice play by Taggart, though. He's covered a lot of ground in center field. He's made 2 nice plays out there. Sacrifice fly, though, for Anderson. And again, the infield will have to come in. You got to start thinking about the 10-run rule, which is in effect, even though this is a state final. And you got to play 5 innings for that to be enforced, but nonetheless.
Ball 1 to Brady Zimpel. Zimpel had a triple that scored 2. Barneson at third. Infield playing in. The 0-1 pitch, big cut. 1-0 rather, now 1-1. Zimpel drove one over the head of Lincoln left to drive in two. A ball and 2 strikes.
Hey, get ahead early. Get ahead early as a hitter. Get yours early.
Alberg gets assigned to his liking. The 1-2 pitch. Nice job there from Schultz.
Absolutely.
Knocks that one down behind the plate. That one skips into the glove of Schultz. And it's now 3 balls and 2 strikes. And the Cardinal junior DH. We'll do it again, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Eleva Strum with 10 runs on 5 hits.
They've had a lot of traffic on the bases. This is the 17th batter for Eleva Strum, and we're in the 2nd inning.
Good at bat there from Zimpel. He fell behind, but draws the 3rd walk of the inning. The first from Alberg. There's Noah Martinson. He hit into the fielder's choice. An RBI his last time up. 7th Cardinal at bat here in the 2nd. They hit 11 in the 1st. On the corners, still just 1 out. Another crooked number on the board for the Cardinals in this 2nd. They lead it 10-1. And Alberg gets ahead with the fastball. Runner goes. Fake throw from Schultz. And he will throw this one into left field. Another run comes in to score. Zimpel down to 3rd base. It's 11-1.
So give Zimpel a stolen base. He goes to 3rd of the error of the catcher. That error also allows the run to come in. And there's still a runner on 3rd.
That is Zimpel. No balls and a strike on Martinson. Eleva Strum has won 5 straight games by 1 run. They are not the Cardiac Cardinals here today as they lead it 11-1.
Coach Alberg asking for a clarification and from the umpires about something. Not sure what that was about. He wanted to double check the count.
Scoreboard says 0-2. Swing and a miss. And Schultz, I believe, thought there was 2 outs as he nonchalantly rolled that one towards the mound. He thought that was 3 outs. Brady Nichols, a walk and a sack bunt. Nice job there by Schultz. 1-1. 7 in the 1st, 4 more here in the 2nd. For the #1 seed here in Division 4, Eleva Strum. This fastball is in the air, out to center field. Taggart coming in and makes the one-handed grab to retire the side. But the Cardinals play 4 more. They lead it 11-1. Now a message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station. The 2024 WIAA Baseball Championships are brought to you by Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. Shane Sparks, Bill Brophy, back here at Fox City Stadium. In this Division IV state title game, 11-1. Eleva Strum leading Solon Springs Northwood. Isaiah Alberg, 0 for 1. He struck out back in the first. 1-1. Tyler Webb has given up 3 hits. The Cardinals' starting pitcher.
This kid's a good-looking sophomore catcher, Isaiah Alberg. I think he nicked up his counterpart, Bjerke, who's going to take a couple seconds, get some attention from his coach. C.J. Christensen going out to make sure Bjerke's okay.
Alberg began behind the plates. And now the pitcher for the Green Eagles. Back in the box. A 1-1 count. This one tap foul.
That was.
Following this game in Division III, it's Aquinas in Kenosha St. Joseph Academy. Aquinas, of course, a runner-up last year. In Division II, it's Mosinee and Edgewood Sacred Hearts. And then we will end in Division I with De Pere and Sun Prairie East. Down goes Alberg for the second time today. And for the second time in 3 innings, Webb has kept the Green Eagles leadoff man off the base paths. Strikeout number 5 for Webb. Here's Abe Alberg. Takes ball 1 high. The shortstop struck out his first time up, 0 for 1. Webb coming back with a 1-0 pitch. Drops that one in perfectly for a strike.
Abraham will play at Colorado Mesa University next year in Grand Junction, Colorado. It's a Division II school. He's the East Lakeland Conference Player of the Year in both 22 and 23. I don't think they named the Player of the Year in 24. I like his chances, though.
Also first team All-District. Started at guard on the state qualifying Solon Springs basketball team. Named honorable mention on the hardwood in the conference. He's behind here, a ball and 2 strikes. Takes that one above the letters. A lot of good cross-country runners on this Solon Springs Northwood team. Ball 3 as Alberg takes that one outside.
We were the state runner-up as a team at the state cross-country meet in Wisconsin Rapids.
Basketball team, as I mentioned, made the state tournament. The 3-2 pitch, check swing. They appeal down to first base. And Chuck Runge says Abe Alberg held up. And Alberg draws the 1-out walk.
First walk allowed today by Webb.
Jared Schultz halfway down the third base line, talking with his head coach, Nate Alberg. Head baseball coach and the athletic director at Solon Springs.
Alberg, pretty good athlete in his own right. He was in the St. Scholastica Sports Hall of Fame. He played ball in Duluth at that school.
Played in the Division III World Series, I believe.
Yep.
Late 90s. Alberg dives back in safely. Here at Fox City Stadium. State tournament's been played here since 1998. Again, a toss back to first. 76th annual. First state tournament played back in 1948. Alberg, his leadoff of first base. And a strike from Webb as he gets ahead of Schultz. Schultz, a single and a stolen base. Back in the first. Alberg on the move. Good throw down to second base.
And they say he's safe, apparently. Thought the ball beat him.
That was a great throw from Bierke. Here's another look.
Going to be a great...
That's what happened. Didn't catch it. Okay.
The ball was there. Really was a nice throw by Bierke. He was a good catch and throw guy. So Alberg steals the base. Second steal of the day for Solon Springs, as they have not deviated from their running game despite being down the whole day.
Schultz takes a 1-1, hits it on the ground to Martinson at third. Throw over to first base is dug out by Barneson. Nice play at the corners. And Schultz is retired. Two down for Alex Slavinsky, the first baseman. He grounded to Becker at second base in the first. Alberg remains at second base. Good pitch there from Webb. Webb's 0-1. Good curveball, buckled the knees of Slavinsky. And it's 0-2 on the Green Eagles' first baseman.
Jan Slavinsky, one of the team leaders in RBIs this year with 23, had 28 and led the league there in the conference last year when he hit 3 home runs.
Another two-strike pitch upcoming, and here it is. 1-2. One got away a little bit from Webb. Runner on second base. That is Abe Alberg. Here's the 1-2 offering. This one is chopped up the middle. Gunderson gloves it and makes a nice play there at shortstop to end the inning. We go to the bottom of the third. 11-1 Eleva Strum. Now a message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station. Back here at Fox City Stadium, home of the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers, the Milwaukee Brewers High affiliates. 11-1 Eleva Strum. As the Cardinals bad here in the third inning. They scored 7 in the first, 4 more in the second.
That picture you just saw was of the slide that they have put on left field that replicates the slide Bernie Brewer has at American Family Field in Milwaukee.
Becker, Webb, and Bierke here for the Cardinals. That one skips past Schultz.
When Whitefish Bay won the Division I championship here last year, they went for a ride on that slide.
Bob Brainerd and I were talking yesterday. That should be a thing, but you got to win it. So go down the slide, you got to win a state title. The 2-0 pitch, in there for a strike.
Well, West Tosha Central broke your rule. They won the quarterfinal game Tuesday, and they celebrated by going down the slide.
Big cut at a 2-1 pitch.
I don't think there is a rule that says that.
I think Bob and I started it last night.
The tradition when there was a summer baseball tournament with Stevens Point was the champion, and that game was always played in July, but the champion went and jumped in the river about 2 blocks away. I don't think that was endorsed by the WIAA, but it became a regular tradition, I believe, for about the last 4 champions when the games were played in Stevens Point.
On the ground, it's a Kidder at third, throws across to Slavinsky, and for the first time in the ball game, the Cardinals failed to get the leadoff man aboard. Tyler Webb has been on base a couple of times, reached on an error and walked.
Becker is the only Cardinal who has not been on base in this game.
Webb's been really good on the mound, and he taps that one foul. Alberg works from the stretch. 1-1.
So I can move up a little bit.
This is a strange position for Solon Springs Northwood to be in. They played 21 games this year. 11 they have shut out their opponents. So pitching has been the key to their success. Their team ERA was 107 coming into the tournament. And Olberg put up a shutout in the semifinals. So it's even lower than that prior to today. But things have not gone right for the Green Eagles.
2-2 pitch, ping foul.
I didn't complete the thought because there was traffic on the bases. That's been the case most of the afternoon. But coming into the year, as good as their pitching has been with Schultz and Alberg, they thought Caden Corlett was going to be the ace of their staff. He'd already committed to Division I St. Thomas University in St. Paul when he suffered a knee injury and hasn't pitched a lick because he had knee-ending surgery in April.
Tyler Webb spanks this one into left field, takes a wide turn at second base. He'll retreat back to second base. And Tyler Webb with a one-out double.
C.J. Christensen wanted him to come to third, and he didn't pick up the coach. He hooks this one down in the corner. Left fielder Link had trouble retrieving the ball, and again, Christensen had the windmill going, saying he should go to third, but I don't think he picked him up until it was too late.
Link tried to barehand it in left. This one chopped to shortstop. Now Alberg will apply the tag to Webb. It's a fielder's choice for Bierke as he is kept off. Or actually, he'll still be on base.
Nice play by Alberg, base running. Error in judgment by Webb with the ball in front of him. He should have known better to try to get to third, but Alberg ran right at him. Eventually made the tag for the second out in the third inning.
So Bierke on the base paths once again. The Cardinal catcher at first. 2 down for Carter Gunderson, who has yet to be retired in this tournament. Hit by a pitch and RBI single today. What a tournament for the senior Carter Gunderson. That one gets away from Slovensky, but Bierke will stay put at first base. Two balls and no strikes. Taking that one high, now 3-0. Solon Springs Northwood has not lost an East Lakeland Conference game in the 4 seasons of the co-op, going 42-0 in league play. Hasn't been an easy day at the office on this Thursday. 3 balls and a strike. It's baseball. Ball 4. That is the second walk issued by Alberg since coming on in relief of Jared Schultz, and it's first and seconds.
It's the 5th walk allowed by Northwood Solon Springs pitchers this afternoon. They've also hit a batter. Committed 3 errors.
And they will move up 90 feet as there's a wild pitch from Alberg. Cardinals looking to add to their lead. 7 in the first, 4 in the second, and another opportunity here in the third. Second, third, 2 outs for Calvin Barneson, and Alberg gets ahead with a strike. even the count rather. That one off the glove of Schultz. But down at third base, Bierke will hold up. Barneson sits on a 2-1 pitch, and he will watch that one pass high, 3-1. Good pitch to hit, 3-1. Good discipline. He'll lay off of that one. Back-to-back walks. And the bases are loaded. 2-out rally here for Eleva Strum. Brings up Alex Anderson, the center fielder. And what a day he has had in the 7 spots. A double that drove in 2. Last time up, sac fly to center field. Looking to add to his RBI total in the state final. They had a big rip at that pitch. Bierke, Gunderson, and Barneson, the Cardinals out on the bases. Good pitch on the outside corner to get ahead 0-2. Here's a look at Jake Bierke, Barneson, and Anderson. Foul back. Deep breath there from Anderson. He's behind a ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss at a 1-2 pitch. And that ends the inning for Eleva Strum. They lead it 11-1. Now a message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station. The 2024 WIAA Baseball Championships are brought to you by the Wisconsin DOT. 0 in Wisconsin. Together we can save lives. The wind, pretty good clip blown out to right center today. 11-1 Eleva Strum. Tyler Webb back on the mound for the Cardinals. He has pitched well, allowing only 3 hits and the 1 run to the Green Eagles.
And he's pitched with a big lead. His teammates get 7 in the first, 4 in the second. And that enables Webb to challenge hitters, which he's done by and large.
Dylan Taggart led off the second inning with a single. He stole a base and scored as he bats for the 2nd time today.
Taggart's a good athlete. Finished 7th in track, 800 meters in lacrosse a couple weeks ago at the state meet. Was 17th at the state cross country meet. Helped his team become the runner-up in Wisconsin Rapids in October. And in basketball, he's the leading scorer in their D5 semifinal loss at the Kohl Center to Columbus Catholic. He scored 22 points in that game.
Dylan has made the most state appearances of any male athlete at Solon Springs. 7.
Well, there's 3 of them, and this is 4, so that appearance in the state tournament is the first time the Green Eagles had ever been to state.
And this is their first trip to the state baseball tournament. And a great year. He's had 3 balls and a strike. Laces that one foul. Hey, nice play there by Coach Allberg. Still got some good hands as he stabs that one with his left hand. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Webb to Taggart. Line drive right to the third baseman, Noah Martinson, as he catches that missile off the bat of Taggart. 1 out here in the 4th.
Good day to be a Cardinal. Everything going their way. That's a nice play, though, by Martinson to get the first guy here in the fourth.
Selwood grounded back to the pitcher his first time up as he sends that one foul to the net. Selwood, another multi-sport athlete, along with baseball, basketball, and cross country, also runs track. The 0-1. Curveball in there. No balls and 2 strikes.
This is the 4th season of the co-op program. Solon Springs Northwood. Northwood has an enrollment of 87, located in Minong.
Nichols and Wright makes the catch.
4 in a row retired now by Webb. Minong, by the way, is the headquarters for Jack Leg Stack Food, a big favorite of our Rush Media crew. Solon Springs has an enrollment of 81. It's located in Solon Springs on the beautiful Upper Lake St. Croix. There's no official nickname. The WIAA refers to them as the Eagles, but the locals up there call them the Green Eagles, since Northwood's nickname is Evergreens and Solon Springs is green.
The Green Eagles go down in order. 11-1. Now a message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station. Brady Zimpel to lead things off for the Cardinals here in the 4th inning. Eleva Strum leading this one 11-1. Zimpel's been on base with a 2-run triple and a walk.
Isaiah Alberg on for his 3rd inning of relief.
Swing and a miss. 2 strikes on the Cardinals DH. Zimpel, one of 2 juniors in the starting lineup for Eleva Strum. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Schultz will toss it down to first base. And Zimpel is the first out in the Cardinal 4th.
Strum started the year 4-4, and now they're 3 outs away, and they get 3 outs in the 5th inning without allowing a run. They're 3 outs away from winning their first ever state championship. And they won a lot of close games down the stretch. Beat Royal 2-1 in the sectional final to get here. And they played a real tough schedule. Played teams from bigger schools from Medford and Denmark, Wisconsin Lutheran, Pewaukee.
They have won 9 straight and 5 in a row by 1 run. The 2-0 pitch, swing and a miss.
C.J. Christensen's got a nice team. This is his 3rd year as the coach. He's 57-17 in 3 years as the head guy with the Cardinals.
2 balls and 2 strikes. C.J. Christensen graduated from Mondovi in 2011.
There's a look at C.J. Or, excuse me, C.J.'s in the other coaching box.
Now 3-2 on the Cardinals' 3rd baseman. Martinson making a nice play last inning at the hot corner. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for Alberg.
And he's carried 3 in a row via the strikeout. And I think we're going to get a pinch hitter here. I think CJ is going to get one of his seniors in the game. Evan Christensen is going to take a swing.
Get him off!
And he apparently is a big crowd favorite because the crowd rising as one to as Evan Christensen gets in the on-deck circle and now approaches the plate.
I mean, that dugout, all those guys up on that top step, and they are excited to see Evan Christensen bat.
Only his 6th debut of the senior year. Nice touch.
He bats, but nobody on and 2 outs. Big cuts for number 45, Evan Christensen. Down in the eye black. Takes that one on the outside corner. Alberg a strike away from striking out the side. Alberg gets the target to the plate with the 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and he does strike out the side. 11-1 Cardinals with the lead. Now a message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station. The 2024 WIAA Baseball Championships are brought to you by the Wisconsin Education Association Council. WEAC thanks all public school educators giving their all this school year. WEAC, we teach, we inspire. Eleva Strum 3 outs away from a state title here in Division 4. They lead it 11-1. Blaze Kidder, an RBI single back in the 2nd to lead things off here for the Green Eagles. In the top of the 5th, Tyler Webb remains on the bump, and he comes inside and misses with a fastball. Kidder 0 for 3 in that semifinal win.
Got one of the 3 hits today for Solon Springs.
An RBI single, as I mentioned here today. Kidder, just a freshman.
He's only the 7th hit of the year for Blaze.
2-1. Webb working quickly. This one on the ground. Becker gloves it at second base. 1 out. Six straight retired by Webb. Jackson Link struck out in the 2nd inning. Webb with 5 strikeouts in the ball game. And he's ahead here, strike 1. No balls and 2 strikes. His curveball tapped up along first. Going to be a foul ball.
Webb definitely feeling it here. He knows if he gets 2 more outs, Eleva Strum will have their first ever state championship. The 10-run rule will be enforced after 5 innings.
Swing and a miss as he blows that one past Link. And Isaiah Alberg bats with nobody on and 2 outs. The Eleva Strum fans come to their feet. Alberg 0 for 2, a pair of strikeouts. Big curveball into the glove of Bierke. Alberg getting a piece, 0-1. Strike 2. And now the Cardinals a strike away. The number 1 seed in Division 4. Webb's 0-2 pitch. Ball 1. Two balls and 2 strikes.
Overthrew that one in his excitement. Put a bow on this one.
The 2-2 pitch. Missing outside, and Alberg is battled back to run the count full. Webb with the 3-2. Ball 4, a 2-out walk. And that brings up Abe Alberg. Walked his last time up after striking out back in the first. And what is most likely his final at-bat of his high school career, Abe Alberg steps in. His brother Isaiah out at first. And Webb misses outside. Webb falls behind, missing high, 2-0. From the stretch, ball 3.
Webb's now thrown 6 straight balls. I think it's 7 straight balls.
His 3 offering high and tight and on 4 straights. Back-to-back walks.
The infield coming in saying, let's not start this celebration yet. If Solon Springs Northwood would score a run, this game would go on. And TJ Christensen's going to join the caucus on the mound. I'm just saying, let's calm down and concentrate on the task at hand here. The celebration can wait. The fire engine's back in Eleva, and Strum can just hold up a bit. Eleva Strum got 7 in the first, 4 in the second. They have benefited from 3 errors and a lot of walks, and they just had a lot of traffic on the bases. Alex Anderson, Brady Zimpel with a couple RBIs. And Webb has pitched like a guy's supposed to with a big lead early. Looking for the final out here in the 5th inning.
So the meeting breaks up. First and seconds. The Albergs on the base paths. 2 outs for Jared Schultz, the number 3 hitter. He had a single and a stolen base back in the first. Last time up, he grounded to third.
That keeps his average over 500 for the season.
This one is popped up. This should do it. Martinson makes the catch. And for the first time in school history, the Eleva Strum Cardinals are baseball state champions.
Nice touch of sportsmanship by Bjerke, the catcher. Instead of joining his teammates in the dog pile, he went out to Abe Alberg at second base, who was crouched down with tears coming down, put his hand on his shoulder, and they chatted for about 30 seconds. Bjerke now joins his teammates in celebrating their first ever state championship. But for every winner, there's a loser, and that's also a tough moment. TJ Christensen not going out there to address the Alberg brothers, who had such a strong tournament. But Eleva Strum gets the early runs, and Webb did what a pitcher's supposed to do with a big lead, throw strikes. And a big afternoon and morning for Eleva Strum. Congratulations to the Cardinals.
Making the state tournament for the first time and taking home the championship trophy. Solon Springs Northwood, phenomenal season. It ends with 20 wins and 2 losses. But the story in this Division IV final, the Cardinals of Eleva Strum.
Again, they started 4-4, but they persevered. Got tournament tested by playing bigger schools. And they were pretty good when they got here. They've taken 23-8 record to the trophy case, where momentarily they will get a gold ball to bring to that trophy case.
They win it by 10 today, but leading up to this championship final, they had won 5 straight by 1 run. But that offense came to life. A couple of big innings, a 7-run inning and a 4-run frame. Tyler Webb, nice job on the mound. Got some good defense behind him. As the two teams shake hands, Eleva Strum, the first of 4 champions that we will crown today on this Championship Thursday. The next game will be our Division III final. La Crosse Aquinas, they were a runner-up a year ago falling to St. Croix Falls. They are the #1 seed in Division III. They will meet the #2 seed, Kenosha St. Joseph Academy. That is our Division III matchup. In Division II, the #1 seed Mosinee squares off against the #3 seed Edgewood Sacred Hearts. And then to end our Division I matchup at approximately 6 p.m. this evening will be top-seeded De Pere and the #3 seed Sun Prairie East. When we come back, we'll talk with the winning pitcher, Tyler Webb of Eleva Strum. The Cardinals are state champions as they win it 11-1. Eleva Strum. They are the state champions, and we are joined by Tyler Webb, who is the starting pitcher today. Tyler, congratulations on the first state title in school history.
Thank you.
What was working for you on the mound this entire tournament?
You know, I was just coming hard with the fastball, and the curveball was able to work well for me today too. And my defense really backed me up really well today, so that was great.
Tyler, there's not many guys that get to start 2 state tournament games. You got the first start on Tuesday. That didn't go so well. What'd you learn on Tuesday that you took it today?
You know, Tuesday I just wasn't feeling quite like myself, and I was just able to get all the off-speed pitches and the fastball working today as well. So it was just great to be able to bounce back like I did.
And how big is it to be the first ever state champs for Eleva Strum in baseball?
Oh my gosh, this is awesome. I mean, we've had a lot of great teams, and it just feels so great, especially with the loss in the sectional final last year.
Tyler, when you think about this team decades down the road, what are a couple of things you'll always remember about these teammates?
Just the camaraderie. These guys are great. They've been great all year. We've always had each other's back. It's been amazing.
Well, thank you so much for the time. Congratulations. Go celebrate with your team.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
Division IV state champions Eleva Strum receiving their awards down on the field.
Number 6, Ty Felstead. Number 8, Noah Martinson. Number 9, Carter Gunderson. Number 10, Tommy Fowler. Number 11, Alex Anderson. Number 12, Brady Simple. Number 14, Jared Iona. Number 20, Isaac Knudsen. Number 21, Tyler Webb. Number 22, Calvin Hardison. Number 25, Dominic Greggy. Number 27, Titan Miller. Number 44, Jake Bierke. And number 45, Evan Christensen. Will coach C.J. Christensen of the Division IV Championship team, Eleva Strum, proceed to receive the championship trophy. Congratulations, Eleva Strum, champion.
DOT play of the game. Bill, that first inning triple from Brady Zimpel.
Well, it was the big hit in the 7-run first. He only had 4 hits, but a couple went for extra bases. This one drove in 2 runs. But Eleva Strum took advantage of a couple errors, hit batsman, and that big hit by Zimpel, which is our play of the game, to get off to a big start, and they were never headed. Alex Anderson also had a couple RBIs for C.J. Christensen's team, who are the state champs.
That was your Wisconsin DOT play of the game. 0 in Wisconsin. Together, we can save lives. Good day for Eleva Strum. They are the first champion of 4 that we will crown today. The Cardinals finish their season at 23-8 as they defeat Solon Springs Northwood 11-1 in 5 innings. For our entire production crew, alongside Bill Brophy, I'm Shane Sparks. Congratulations to the Eleva Strum Cardinals, the Division IV state baseball champions.